You know what I don't get? How come Ralph Breaks the Internet has a cinematic release? Yes, exactly 20 years ago, the sequel to The Lion King 2 Simba's Prize, didn't.
What can it be that calls me to this place today? This lawless car ballet. What can it be?
Ralph Breaks the Internet, not Ralph Wrecks the Internet. That title would have made more sense. What on earth is going on here? Ralph, leave the Wi-Fi alone when I'm doing a review. So Ralph Breaks the Internet, directed by Rich Moore, director of the first Wreck-It Ralph, and Phil Johnson, and is the 57th Disney animated classic overall. So Ralph Breaks the Internet tells the story taking place 6 years after its predecessor. This makes sense as this movie was released literally 6 years after the first movie, so you're convinced by the time gap this time, where Ralph and Vanellope they have such a close bond as friends after they befriended one another in Sugar Rush. But after Sugar Rush is sadly damaged, Ralph agrees to help Vanellope by traveling with her into the universe of Wi-Fi, the internet itself, where they must search for this missing piece of Sugar Rush with the help of some internet characters, including Shank, voiced by a Wonder Woman slash Diana herself, Gal Gadot, and they even interact with characters from their creators, Disney, including the Disney princesses, and their friendship reaches new heights. So yeah, this is the Emoji Movie, except done right. My apologies for this review being overdue, as the United States may have received this movie a little earlier in November, but as I'm a UK moviegoer, I was forced to wait until November 30th to go and check out this movie. Wouldn't it be a perfect world if only movies were released at the exact same times in all nations? But as for my thoughts on Ralph Breaks the Internet, as somebody in the minority who hates the first Wreck-It Ralph. That's my pick for most overrated Disney movie ever made, and as somebody who has sat through the Disney direct-to-video sequels in his childhood, and yeah, the majority of them are not good. So yeah, Disney doesn't have a good track record with sequels at all. DreamWorks do a far superior job at sequels than Disney. But as for Ralph Breaks the Internet, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I didn't hate this movie, and I predicted I would, as I did a epic trailer rant on the trailer. I didn't ask for a Wreck-It Ralph sequel, and the trailers just made this movie look like it would be a sequel to a movie that I not only didn't care about, but it looked like it would be the Emoji Movie all over again with the Wi-Fi premise. It looked like a Disney commercial. Thankfully, the movie is significantly better than the trailer. Ralph Breaks the Internet is surprisingly a decent, and dare I say it's a good sequel. One of the better Disney sequels, without a doubt. Yeah, and I certainly liked it more than the first movie. So let's get to my positives. I'm more positive than I thought, and that helps me be jolly, especially in the month of December. So the friendship between Vanellope and Ralph. I cared about it this time. Ralph was he was I've warmed up to him finally. He was more likable here, as he wanted to do something kinder for his pal Vanellope by willing to leave his home and go on a hazardous journey to help Vanellope the home be restored. And there's more Vanellope in this movie, yeah, which I'm happy about, as she was the best thing about the first movie, and yeah, she's still one of the most badass chicks I've ever seen in film, and John C. Reilly and Sarah Silverman, I've got to hand it to them. They did a great job of voicing Ralph and Vanellope. But my favorite character in this movie, this may be biased as I'm such a Wonder Woman, a DC fanboy, was Shank, voiced by Gal Gadot. Yeah, Gal Gadot. She's taking a short break from Wonder Woman in the DCU, and she's finally voice acting. This is the first time I've ever heard her voice acting, and she's freaking awesome in every moment she's in this movie, in her badass racing car. Yeah, if I wanted more of her in this movie. I'll go as far as saying Gal Gadot is my favorite actress ever. She excels at playing Wonder Woman in my favorite superhero movie ever, and she also excels at voice acting. And the universe of the internet is similar to the city of Zootopia, in that it's the Emoji Movie, but with imagination put to it. So Disney, they use their brains when designing the universe of the internet, and they had fun with it. And there's even an educational message in this movie, to kids about how culturally significant and vital the internet has become in our daily society. Everybody, nearly everybody on this planet has the internet and has social media these days. It's I can't imagine this planet without my social media existing. As each day I am active on Instagram, Twitter, and even Facebook. Even though I rarely am active on Facebook, I just have Facebook to promote my artwork every now and again. But yeah, as somebody who's sharing my thoughts on movies online, the world of the internet certainly I certainly liked it better than the video game world in the first movie, which was just boring for me. But this world, on the other hand, was an adventure. Sorry, Wreck-It Ralph fans, but Ralph Breaks the Internet isn't a perfect movie for my personal taste. So as for my negatives, the third act of this movie is overly drawn out in the final battle with the clone Ralphs, and not to mention, there's no villain in this movie. That's right. This movie, an antagonist doesn't exist in this movie. Aren't Disney villains supposed to be one of the best things about a Disney movie? So by having no antagonist, it felt like there was a little at stake here. Ralph and Vanellope's friendship was still a compelling conflict, but it also needed a villain just to up the stakes slightly more. And just like the first movie, there are no songs in this one. Man, Disney need to work on their soundtracks for their revival age movies. But finally, my number one negative with this movie is the moment when Vanellope enters the Disney part of the internet. It felt like Disney was just promoting, the Disney store. It was a commercial for, Star Wars when you have the First Order stormtroopers, and especially the thing I hated about the trailer where Vanellope, she finds herself in the Disney princess dressing room. The Disney princesses are just here for purely for fan service. They serve no narrative purpose, and Disney even forgets about their own princesses. When Belle was kidnapped or enslaved, you do realise Belle was the Beast's prisoner, not a slave, right, movie? And they still include that sexist joke, which I can't forgive, when Rapunzel's do people assume all your problems were solved because a big strong man showed up? She is a princess. So this movie is telling girls that to be a princess, you don't need to be independent or badass or stick up for yourself. You need to wait for a strong man to do everything for you. Your true princesses can hold their own without a man, And the character designs for the princesses looked off. They were designed like Disney Infinity of figures, and they even CGI'd the first ever Disney Princess Snow White. Why not include a hand-drawn Snow White or each of the hand-drawn princesses in a CGI environment? That was... Now that would be groundbreaking to behold, but no, they lazily just CGI'd them. Walt Disney himself as wouldn't like that. Despite me still not loving this movie, at least it's not a rant, at least I'm more on the same wavelength with you this time than I was with the first Wreck-It Ralph. It told a relatable and entertaining internet story infinitely better than the devil's bitch of animation that was the fucking Emoji Movie. Oh god, get it away! I never thought I'd be this generous to Ralph Breaks the Internet. Is it the best animated movie of 2018? Hell no, that's still Incredibles 2, and even Isle of Dogs is a stronger movie than this, but Ralph Breaks the Internet is still one of the animated movies this year, and that's is worth your time. And it would be my second favourite movie of November 2018, second only to The Crimes of Grindelwald. Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald is the one great November movie this year. I give Ralph Breaks the Internet 3 stars out of 5. Good movie. Well, it looks like Disney are finally getting better with their sequels. This is certainly the most surprising movie of 2018 for me. We just need a Zootopia 2, Monsters Inc. 2, and Brave 2 Disney. Forget about the live-action remakes already. Well, I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what do you think of Ralph Breaks the Internet? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow on Twitter and on Google+, and on Instagram, and I'll see you next time when I do a 1.5 thousand subscribers video. Thank you all ever so much from the bottom of my heart, and stay tuned for my review of the Kung Fu Panda spin-off show Paws of Destiny, and remember, movies are us. Bye guys.